Aaron Banks hasn't gotten any first team reps. Do you think drafting him was a mistake? Is it fair to say that on August 13th?
My answer to that is it's an early overreaction by
Okay.
fans. I see people getting upset about it, and I think that it's something to monitor. I think it warrants monitoring the situation. However, having spent a bunch of time in adult learning theory myself and being a bit of a subject matter expert there, I'm comfortable with the idea that it's really not practice that makes perfect. It's perfect practice that makes perfect. And with someone like Aaron Banks, who comes in and possesses the physical traits necessary to be in the trenches and to move guys around, to be a big guy and push around people on the other side of the ball, I'm more concerned with him getting everything else down. And the best way for him to focus on technique, play call, scheme, is for him not to be matched up against the most dominating defenders and to spend a bit of time with that second unit and get comfortable. And then I think the transition from second unit to first unit will be a bit more easy for Aaron because of his physical stature and size. I don't think he's going to be getting pushed around. I think we'll see his bruising style come into play in the preseason games, but I'm okay right now with him being with the second team, getting everything down, and when he's comfortable, moving up with the ones.
Yeah, you make you make great points, and I'm not writing him off yet. We'll see what he does the rest of his career, but I do think it's troubling. Here are the reasons I think it's troubling. When you draft a guard in round 2, I think the expectation is that he's going to start right away. It's not a premium position. Guards don't really go in round 1 very much. So if you take a guard with like the 40-something pick, that might be the best guard in the draft or one of the top 3. And you're thinking, well, you took him here over Asante Samuel Jr. because you felt, well, as opposed to taking a backup for Emmanuel Mosley, let's get a starter at right guard. And instead what you have is, no, he's not good enough to supplant Daniel Brunskill, who, we've seen he's a pro, but he's not a great player. So here's the way I look at what I've seen from Aaron Banks in person. Everyone talks about how big he is. He is hella big, but the guards that are good in the league are more than big. They also are really strong, and you can tell. Like Laken Tomlinson, when you see him on the field, he doesn't just look big; he looks really strong. And I felt like Mike Upati always did too.
Yes,
I gotta say, and this isn't a shot at Banks, but he looks soft, and in a way that rookies look soft. He doesn't have that man build yet.
It's not chiseled yet.
No, not at all. He looks like a rookie, and I guess I didn't expect that because they spent such a high pick on him, and I thought it'd be a guy who could come in and play well right away. But Laken Tomlinson didn't play well right away for his original team, the Lions. A lot of players transform their body between year 1 and year 2 because that's when they spend a ton of time in a weight room, an NFL weight room with NFL supervision, as opposed to whatever they did in college.
Right.
So he could totally transform his body. I just thought he would be built and ready to go. He's not. That's what's happening. He looks like a rookie, and he's playing like a rookie, which is, he's entitled. We'll see what he is next year, but I think he's gonna be the backup right guard this year.
Yeah, and I mean, not to say that would be a disappointment, but the person he's trying to supplant in Brunskill may not be great at guard, but certainly a qualified NFL starter. So
Correct.
It's not an easy guy to bump out of his spot.
You can't just take a grown man's job if you're still a kid, and he's built still like a college player. I've seen it a lot. I don't know. It's a look. George Kittle, when he came to the team, he looked like a college player. By year 2, he looked like the strongest guy in the team. There was a different look. Go back and look at pictures of Fred Warner in 2018. He looked like a college player. And even though he played and was very good, when he would hit people, he would get knocked back. Now he does the knocking. Anyway.
It's always key to be the one that does the knocking.
You want to do the knocking.
Yeah.
Mr. Knapp says, how much better will Lance actually be with the starting O-line? Also, will the sweat be an issue in late games on the ball? Yeah, Alex, Max, gluteus maximus sweat. Yeah, I'm curious to see Lance when he actually has a little more time to throw. And since he's a guy who does go through his progressions, it'll be cool to see him what he does when he has Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, Juszczyk, and Mostert on the field at the same time. I want to see how he takes advantage of that. It'll be interesting.
Offhand, do you remember what Lance's hand measurements were at the combine?
But they look like they're big. Hold on.
Because I feel like it wasn't anything spectacular one way or the other. I feel like it was
combine.
Right.
So let's see. Trey Lance hand side 9 and an eighth. Not particularly huge, but not small. No.
That's not.
What's Jimmy Garoppolo?
For his size, that's actually not that big.
No, because like Russell Wilson is 10. Jimmy Garoppolo is 9.25, about the same size. Interesting. Although Jimmy's are bigger.
Yeah, so the sweat issue could be real.
Invest in a drone and fly over no media practice. Yeah, I'm not trying to get my credential pulled and probably get arrested if you did something like that.
Yeah, you're too close to San Jose Airport to fly any drones, I'm guessing.
That's true. Hey, Grant, sorry about your boy Nick. Oh, thanks. I'm still recovering. Thank you. I'm licking my wounds too. Money for drone. That's hella funny. All right.
People want the inside info.